Today we're going to be looking at the Olight Swivel. Now this light is kind of different from the usual lights that Olight makes in that it's not a regular flashlight, but it's more of a work light, as we're going to see. Now just looking at the specs, you can see that it's not exactly a major lumen monster or a major thrower, but it does have significant runtime and it has a decent output. Now what's interesting about this light is that it actually has two lights built into it. There's a floodlight and there's more of a traditional flashlight. Now this is more designed to be a work light because it's not exactly the brightest light, but it does have a very good amount of runtime. So at its brightest, for both the floodlight and the traditional flashlight, the runtime is a solid 5 hours. So without further ado, let's open her up. Okay, we got a nice sturdy box here. It's not a magnetic, doesn't have magnetic openings like some of their other lights, but it's still it's a very high quality box. So go ahead and open this up. So in the box comes charging cable, which is a USB-C charging cable. We got the manual, and we got the light itself. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up this light. Okay, so this is the Olight Swivel. It has a built-in 2600 milliamp battery, so it's probably equivalent to like a single 18650. So right now I can feel this quality is a pretty durable. It feels like plastic, very durable plastic. So they got this. They have a film on here that. Go ahead and I'm going to remove this yellow film here. Okay. Okay. So yeah, this right. I can tell. So this right here is going to be your floodlight, and then on the end is going to be more of a traditional flashlight. Now if you notice on the stand part here, there's 3 magnets. So like if you're working on a car, this would be perfect for that. You can just stick it on, the hood or whatever part of the car you're working on, and you can just have it hanging down while you're working. So the way this light works is you got your floodlight on this end, you got the regular flashlight at the end, you got your charging port, which is USB-C, you got your battery level indicator with these LEDs right here, and then you got your power switch on this end. Now the way the UI works is to turn it on, you just click the power button once, and then if you want to turn it off, then you just click it again to turn it off. Now if you want to change brightness levels, you have to turn it on and then you have to quickly depress the power switch again to toggle it between high and low. So on, and then click it again to go into low. Now to turn on the floodlight, you're going to press and hold the power switch. So once I press and hold the power switch, it goes into the floodlight mode. Now if I wanted it to cycle it, I would have to turn it off, and then very similar to the way the flashlight works, I'd have to turn it on, and then I'd have to quickly depress the power button again to get to the mode I want. See, so it actually comes. So the way the floodlight works is when you first turn it on, it comes on medium, and then it goes to high, and then it goes to low, which is kind of interesting. So this is medium, this is high, and this is low, and then this is off. Now, I noticed that this does not have any memory that I can see. Um, I don't know if there's like a hidden setting on here that allows memory to kick in, but there's no memory on here that I see. The only memory it has is which light you used last, not the power level of the light. So if you use the floodlight last, it'll turn on the flood because I used that last. And then if I switch over to the flashlight and I turn it off, it'll go onto the flashlight last. But I had it on the low mode right before it went off, but it'll go back on to the high mode. I kind of wish it would have a memory. It's not a bad light, especially if you're just out working and you're not going to turn it on or off very often. So it can come in handy if you're working like on cars or any kind of machinery late at night, and you just need something to help you see what you're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and take this outside and show you what it can do out there. Alright guys, I'm out here with the Olight Swivel, which is the brand new work light from Olight. Alright, I'm going to be testing out this light a little bit here. So just for context, this close tree is about 12 yards out to the top, and then this further tree down here is going to be about 30 yards to the top of the tree. So we're going to test out the flashlight mode first. So go ahead and power this thing on. Okay, so this is like 200 lumens, lights up the near tree very well, and lights up the far tree very well also. So I'm gonna go ahead and bump this thing down to its low mode. So to do that, I have to turn it off, turn it on, and then double click again. Okay, so this is gonna be the low mode on the flashlight mode. The low level on the flashlight mode. So the close tree, you can see it really well. The further tree, it's a little harder to make out. I think I can see it a little bit with my naked eye, but you probably won't be able to see it on camera. Alright guys, so to demonstrate the flood mode on the Olight Swivel, I've zoomed the camera out a little bit just to see exactly how much area it covers. So I'm going to go ahead and power this thing on. It's going to come on to medium right now. So this is the medium mode. So as you can see, it doesn't quite make it out to that first tree. I can see it a little bit with my naked eye, but it's not anything usable, and it doesn't really make it out to that second tree at all. So so as you can see, yeah, but it does light up a whole lot of area just for up close kind of work. So now I'm gonna bump it up to high because this is medium. So I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up to high. So to do that, I have to turn it off, turn it on, and then click it one more time. So this is high. All right. So even on high, I guess it kind of lights up the close tree a little bit, but not much else. It doesn't. I can't even see the far tree using this light, but it's very good for up close and personal kind of stuff. Now to get to low, again, I have to turn off the light, and this is low. Okay, so low is going to be really for up very close, very limited range on this thing. So probably like this would be good for like a reading light, like if you're trying to read maps. Well, who reads maps these days, right? But if you're like reading a book, or I don't know, looking at pictures or something like that, then yeah, this is probably what that would be good for. One thing you'll notice is that when you turn off the light, if you look at the light, it glows around the edges. So it's kind of a neat feature. So like if you accidentally turn off your light and you can't find it, you can always look for this this glowing edge, which is kind of nice. All right, well, That's the Olight Swivel. If you like this kind of content, give me a like, give me a follow. Thank you very much.